I remember watching one of your previous videos where you talk about how narcissists and high conflict people will try and create a crisis to get into a position of leadership. And it almost sounds like they're trying to get all these other people under their following. Could you speak more on that?
Yeah, so it's interesting. We see narcissists at all levels of society. So the theme is to be superior. And so there's kind of family narcissists, and they just bother the people in the family. There's workplace narcissists, but when you have leaders like a boss or a head of an organization or people in the community, and certainly we're seeing today in politics around the world, is narcissists feel like if I can be seen as the great leader, then I'll be seen as superior. And they're really looking for endless admiration, endless power, grandiose ideas, all of this. And frankly, from studying all this, really 40 years, I first started learning about personality disorders in 1980 when I was training to be a clinical social worker. And I've become convinced that part of this is genetic, and that maybe, and a lot of other researchers are saying maybe 50% of personality is genetic. Certainly early childhood is a huge part of when things go off track and people become difficult and abusive, and also the culture people grow up in. Those are the really three factors. But the genetic factor seems to me more recently that I'm recognizing this really seems to be the case. And if you think about it, well, why would we have this? Why would this be in our genes? Why would the personality gene pool have people kind of aim to be narcissists? And I really think it goes back to ancient times when, everything was more or less adversarial. And so there was a lot of competition. Who's going to be the leader? And narcissists have kind of a leader personality in a win-lose situation. So if you end up in a war, you probably want a narcissist or someone with some of those traits as one of your leaders, because they're going to be good at gathering people together, building an army. The thing is, in the modern world, we don't want people building armies. We want people solving problems. And so this ancient personality kind of mucks up the works. And until people realize, wait, this is the personality. And people are starting to catch on about narcissists because there's a lot of warning signs. And once you realize, oh, I'm dealing with a narcissist, I'm not giving them my power. I'm not getting too close. I'm not going to be too supportive. In the workplace, you have a narcissist says, pick me, I'll lead the work group. And people go, oh, fine, I don't care. If that person really wants it, they can have it. Well, don't do that. If you think they're a narcissist, have somebody else run to be head of the work group, because they're going to make your life miserable. They'll take credit for your work and they'll blame their mistakes on you. So that's kind of a long story about how they try to become leaders. I think some of them are born to try to become leaders, and it really can be destructive, and we have to learn how to set limits on them.